Hey guys, I'm Janice on occasion, and today we're back on your rack 5. Not my rack, your rack. We've chosen the door. It's this one. It's this door. There's just a little cubicle. It's just a little cubicle.
Or get left in the dust.
That's what I always say. Oh, hello, mutant traitor. It's a bit presumptuous, isn't it? Let's go say hello. Howdy. Protect the child.
Let us not dawdle.
Oh, okay. I just shot him. Okay, I remember that surprising me in the beta as well. Okay. Yeah. Don't know why it does that. A deep cut extends across the mutant's throat, and the holy Aquila is carved into the forehead. Oh, come on now. Traitors are often executed in this way. Okay, but he didn't get executed. Was he about to get executed? But he managed to overpower the guard. Yeah, I think that must have been it. What's this? Research note. This is going to be important. Keeper Tbal graciously agreed to provide samples of his skin growths so we could study the influence of the rebellious immaterium on the flesh of the Nabis nobility, just as we thought. Navigators are positively resistant to the restless currents of the warp. The God Emperor truly does shield some people against corruption and misery, but let us get back to the study of mortal flesh. Another servant will be carried in shortly. I must ready the organ extraction equipment. Adamantine dust and black water. This was the worst idea that could have entered my mind. Oh dear. God Emperor be praised. I am lucky to still have my head on my shoulders after this reckless experiment. Nevertheless, we did make an important discovery. The adamantine seems to protect the frail flesh of the lowborn to a degree. Having said that, not even the macerator can handle its temper, so we should probably introduce a more complex compound into the formula. All of the data related to the experiment were recorded in data crypt K04. Oh, K04. Oh. I'll get back to them later once I'm done with experiment H41, okay? Yeah, okay. When you're done with H41, okay? Have I mentioned that the chunk of meteorite found in Keeper Felix subjects is completely useless, although its shining granules could be used to make new paints for the child? Yes. I think I'm going to do exactly that. Okay, so the meteorite might be nothing. But we also have... I don't know. Where is... Didn't we have... Oh, there we go. That's the data crypt. That looked like a gun. It looked like a gun the first time I looked at it. So that's H40KO, which is the trash one. Nope. H40 KO is before H41 OK, I guess. Okay, so that one we don't know what that is yet. So, okay. I think they just sort of spelt it similarly to...
I always keep my options open.
To mess with us. Got some goods over here. Ah, here we go. That's 41 OK. So we'll see when he's done with that. You know, if we can find if that worked, if that was fruitful. We are going to want to create these compounds. For some reason, probably. Yeah. So this one's locked. Can I unlock this one? I mean, fair odds at tech use.
Me.
Oh, apparently not. What about you? Nope. Alright. We'll blast it open. If we can't find a switch for it.
Is there money to be made?
Certainly hope so. Now what's this one? Rough, bloody sketch. A crumpled sheet of paper with a drawing of a tall woman and a dark-eyed monster, painted with fresh blood. Well, as long as it's fresh blood. If it was like, you know, mouldy old blood, then that's a bit disgusting. But yeah, it's fresh blood.
I always have a backup plan.
So it's okay. Alright, let's open this. Haha! Let's cogitate. It's cogitating time. The cogitator's vid screen is covered in cracks and stained with dried blood. See? That's the disgusting kind of blood. Not fresh blood. Dried blood. Although, when you dry it, it does have a better shelf life. So, you know, who are the real barbarians? Us or the people drying their blood, you know? The buttons, switches, and levers were ripped out of the control panel with exceptional cruelty and scattered around the sacred mechanism, and now sparks and hisses in agony, still refusing to perish. In that case, awaken our cogitator. You turn a few of the remaining dials and pull the activation lever. The cracked vid screen of the sacred engine flickers. The cogitators inside emit creaks and groans, and the lumens oscillate at random. It takes a while, but eventually the machine spirits do grant you access to the cogitator systems. Alright, let's request data on the navigators, I guess. There is a restless hum in the sacred machine's interior, but soon the required information is projected onto the vid screen. Fila Corselio, location, dead. Yep. My bad. I was trying to expedite this dungeon, I'm sorry. Tbal Orselio in the upper chambers, he's still alive. But Colomira, Alexius, and Rasmus Esteban, they're all dead. So it's just Tbal, he's like the sort of head of the family, isn't he? Oh, hello, hi. The child location, upper chambers, biometric parameters, rapid heartbeat, elevated body temperature, stress level exceeds the permissible limit, status unknown error. So, okay, there's also the child. Attention, calming procedures advised. Attention, upper chambers, inaccessible. Error, main elevator mechanism is not powered. Error, control rod is not present. If the rod has been misplaced, immediately contact the station keeper or the novice laboratum custodian. Okay. Examine the log. We've got a few different logs here. The archive data stored in the cogitator's local data crypt is partially corrupted, but you still manage to access the residual logs for examination. So, first Vox report. Vox recording hisses for some time before you hear a voice. This is Officer A282. Do you copy? Several generators overheated on the lower levels. Chambers A to D are unpowered. The tech priest crew sent to investigate the problem is not responding. Requesting back... The officer's speech is interrupted by shouting, and the recording abruptly ends. Officer H123 speaking. Testing H123. 200 servants have perished due to explosive decompression of the living quarters. We've located traces of mechanical interference. The preliminary cause is officer sabotage. Crews 5, 6, and 9 are cut off from the main compartment. We have enough oxygen for 20 minutes. May Emperor save our souls, or provide more oxygen, whichever is most convenient. Senior station officers, this is the captain speaking. We attempted to contact the Winterscale Scion for help. Is it weird that we all have the same voice? No, we're all officers. We all sound like this. Really? Yes, this is the voice of the officer class. Brilliant. I was starting to get a bit confused, honestly. Don't be. We're not paid to be confused. We're paid to act superior throughout it all. Oh, goody. Tea? Yes. Has this bit gone on too long? It has. Let's cuddle. Senior station officers, this is the captain speaking. We attempted to contact the Winterscale Scion for help, but something is jamming the signal. We never received a reply and cannot be sure it was ever sent. It was even sent in the first place. A rescue team is not coming. We are on our own, so remain vigilant. Anyone could be a traitor, you hear me? Anyone? You're probably one. If you're in doubt, shoot to kill. That's great advice to hear, isn't it? Anyone could be a traitor, so just kill everybody. Hopefully, whoever's alive at the end won't be the traitor. Hopefully. The following Vox recordings are too badly distorted to make out even a single word. Okay, examine the recent entries. Report X880. Originator classified. Date classified. The servants close to the child have started butchering one another again. An order came from above to have the remains reprocessed. Report X886, originator classified, date classified. The negotiations with the Winterscales were a success. A new batch of servants will arrive in 10 moons. Escort them to the laboratory at once. It is imperative that we increase the new retainer's resistance to the child's powers. Report X891, data expunged. Alright, docking log. Log is always completely corrupted, but you managed to recover the latest entry. Identity confirmed, Regent Aranto or Celio. Date of visit classified, reason for visit classified, date of departure classified. That's not even a log. Anyway, examine the security and life support logs. I assume this is just them bringing new servants, but you never know. The yellow lights above the control panel flicker to life, and a singular repeating message streams down from the vid screen. Warning, damage in technical compartments. A12, B3, D8, and H24 detected. Warning, living quarters L10, L16, L28. So L is living quarters, you'd assume, right? And then the technical compartments Huh. Anything all the way to H. I wonder if these actually denote anything, or if they just start at the start of the alphabet and they went L for living quarters. I don't know. Either way, living quarters depressurized. So that's terrifying. They just suffocated everyone that lived in there. Unable to access the station's docking system. Energy regulation system unknown error. Station will transfer over to emergency power. Immediate evacuation of the facility is advised. Then the encrypted data. We can use tech use. Only a 65% chance to get this. Interesting. We may not get that. We may not get it. So something buzzes. Something buzzing in the cogitator's metallic gut. Yeah, buzzes do tend to buzz. Interesting way to phrase that. Several red lumens light up above the vid screen. Required access level, security captain or above. Current access level, senior security officer. Alright, well, we'll try. We did it! Nice. You easily bypass the restrictions imposed on the sacred machine. Cogitator's overloaded processors were, unhappily. Most of the encrypted data has been wiped. You find traces of a purge protocol. Recovery is impossible, but a list of the most recent commands have been embedded in the machine spirit's consciousness. Now, flits across the screen in a single creeping line. Child, delete picked flow, disable access code, annul station controls, delete, activate, shuttle self-destruct, purge command log. So, I don't know if they're trying to delete the child, or just delete their picked flow. Also get rid of access to the station, to station controls maybe, and then delete. So activate the shuttle self-destruct, okay. So I think that's station controls, delete them. So I think it's child, delete the child. So data on the child, presumably, not the actual child. Picked flow, disable, access code, annul station controls. So get rid of all the station controls, delete those. Activate the shuttle self-destruct, purge command, yeah, okay. I don't know, whatever. Shuttle got destroyed. They deleted everything, fine. Exploring the archives for a while longer yields a surviving excerpt from the guard captain's report mentioning that the security system had recently been reconfigured without his knowledge. His comment reads, only the keepers of the station have access to the life support systems, but Keeper Tbal has not left the child's side, and neither had I. Could it be that? Something? Probably Felix or something? You know, so, was it Felix? The guy we murdered. I can't remember his name. I'm not haunted by the past. I know, that's literally our thing, is being haunted by the past. I guess I'm being haunted so much, I don't have any more, like, room for, like, you know, remember any other people I've been responsible for killing. The vid screen blinks and the mechanisms in the machine's core emit a quiet hum. Okay, call Ricad Minoris. Let's see if that works. System cannot carry out a command despite the eager compliance of the machine spirits. One thing is certain, the problem does not lie in the cogitator's mechanisms. So yeah, they probably destroyed the dish or something. Switch to main chamber controls. Sure. Cogs within the sacred machine. Within the sacred mechanism slowly start turning with heavy grinding and clacking. The tied machine spirits grant you access to the station control, or at least parts that still obey the cogitator. Open all the doors. Cogitator's vid screen goes dark, and if the machine spirits had fled their mechanical casket, but your assumption is incorrect, as it fills with static. Just a few moments later, you can barely make out an inscription amidst a flow of rapidly changing symbols. Warning! Data corrupted! Yep. Okay, this one requires logic to do, which I assume makes that the right answer. Okay, good. The vid screen lights up with a smattering of unfamiliar green symbols, and you hear a peculiar click from somewhere behind you. Appears one of the doors of the chamber has opened. Okay, good. Then, main elevator controls. Few manipulations to the switches make you realise the elevator to the upper chambers is blocked. I'll activate it. Confirmed. Okay. Cool. I think that was good. Possibly. Though I remember one thing from doing this. You're going to main chamber controls. Actually, maybe that was okay. And maybe it's okay. I remember last time it was a bit weird, because I'm pretty sure I did the logic thing that said doors were open, and there were doors that weren't open. I came back here, just pressed every button, and eventually just, like, the door I wanted to have open was open. It wasn't this one, it was the one in the main chamber, I think.
I'll learn from this mistake.
Really? 80%? Come on.
That wasn't so difficult.
There we go. So a bunch of stuff, I guess. You know, more stuff that we can flog. And more goods here. Plasma shock generators, filtration plugs. I do quite enjoy the sort of just random clutter, you know, that you find. It just sort of helps fill out the world with, like, you know, with sort of just junk that doesn't really mean anything. Like, self-stealing stem bolts. You know, that's what it is. That's what it is, okay? For Deep Space Nine lovers out there. Self-sealing stem bolts, okay? Recurring thing, means absolutely nothing. It's just like techno-babble MacGuffin, just to, like, you know, add random little sort of, techno-babble to the situation. So I don't know if we want this carapace chest plate, do we? It seems quite good. Actually seems very good. Yeah, I guess I will keep that. And this is a long las. That's a sniper rifle. Oh yeah, we'll take that. That sounds great. Okay, so I'm going to go with this one, because it's just better armor. You know, that's just better. So we'll do that. Hey, it looks fine. You know, looks fine. And we also have this long las. Do we want to equip a long las? I mean, as a secondary, we might as well, right? Surely. Because, I mean, it's just more damage. So, dodge reduction. So, it lowers the enemy's ability to dodge. And then the additional hit chance just means it's easier to hit people with it. That's kind of huge. Rate of fire is very low, though. We're not going to get, like, a burst out of it or anything. Range is very good. Max ammo is very good. Yeah, I like that. I think we're going to go with the long las. Alright, we're going to sit at the back, yell at people to go get killed, and, you know, I kind of like the idea of leading from the front to some degree. You know, making up for our, you know, sort of past discretions. But I don't know, maybe this way we can provide better support. Either way, it's a good gun, and I'm going to take it. We'll figure out whether it's something that sort of fits our character later on. For now, it'd be nice just to have the tools I need to get through combats, right? So let's do it. It'll be fine. You know, got to get the job done.
Let us not dawdle.
I'll just open this
is the only outcome
for the
I
hell of it.
accept.
Perfect. Love opening things for the hell of it. Gets us a bit of experience, because you know how much I love leveling up in this game. Oh. Oh dear. Okay, I think that might have been closed for a reason. And yeah, that can all just go. But yeah, I definitely think that the place was closed for a reason.
I always keep my options open.
Ooh. Secured by sophisticated locking mechanism, there must be a way to unlock it from somewhere else. See, that I think is what happened last time. So it gave me the, like, logic check. It went, well done, you opened a door. And that made it sound like that was the one answer that you needed, because it just kicks you out of it. And then if you wake this up, switch to main chamber controls, open all doors, and then you just randomly do stuff. Because this is what I did last time. I just did all of the things. Oh, I think one of them was done there. What was this one? Okay, there we go. But what's odd is when I came back in here, we even got the cutscene of just like, they're going, oh no, it's spooky dooky, ah. So like,
Always
sort of
keep your
implies
eye
that
on
something had
prize.
changed, right? So this I find a little bit odd, but it's fine. But yeah, there's just nothing to suggest that you need to press other buttons. You do the logic one, and everything else, like, I don't know, it feels like your character did the check. I'm sure there's some weird pattern in the ones and zeros that, like, if you're eagle-eyed, you figure out, oh, this is the puzzle. But when you have a skill check, and then you do the skill check, and then it just
Keep your wits about you.
takes you out of the puzzle entirely, it implies that it's done, you know? So we've got some black water, biogel, and unidentified acid. So black water is pointless, right? That was bad, I think. Although it did say it protected people to some degree. But it kind of depends what we're trying to do. I think protect people. Possibly. Psi crystal. Alright, awesome. Love a psi crystal. Flesh sample. Cool. And let's grab some more goods. So we don't have the best Medicae. Ah, here we go. This is K040. Is this the one that was trash or the one that was good?
Just as I planned.
Synthetic amniotic fluid pools across the floor, barely discernible traces. Stretch to the side opposite the entrance.
I always have a backup
Is there a way
plan.
to have just text just stick around a little bit longer? Is that a thing? Like, I really feel like that should be a thing. Constantly, they'll respond. Okay, well, yeah, I don't know. I'm not seeing anything. Not seeing anything obvious about that. There may be a setting in there. Okay, so we need the control rod. We need the control rod. There's some adamantine. Okay. So yeah, this thing is a whole other story. But this, the control rod is what we need for the lift. Ah, here we go. More and more servants are being influenced by the Immaterium. It has nothing to do with the child's more frequent tantrums. We've discovered that the corrupted flesh of the mutated reacts most unusually to the crystals we purchased from the Winter Scale dynasty. I do wonder if a lot of the stuff is just the Winter Scales have something to do with the cult that we've been bumping into, and they are trying to do their best to corrupt, parts of their little, their empire, I guess. But I don't know, maybe. It would make sense, because the idea of us being sort of in proximity to another rogue trader, and us not being, having a good reason to bicker with them, I think is, So I assume they're going to be a problem. Although we did meet one guy from the Winterscale dynasty. He's probably innocent and all that, and his dad's being a naughty, and then maybe we'll be able to help the young one take over. I don't know. I strongly recommend finally grinding the Regent to catalyst the reaction. Do not use acid under any circumstances. Trust me, you will not like having to tend to the burns for the next dozen turns in a row. This calls for something more basic. Oh, and one more thing. The Tech Priest blessed the data crypt H41k for the calculated number of chronoturns, which means it is no longer necessary to remain near the device while waiting for the reaction to start. The data crypt H40k malfunctioned over the course of our research. I should remind the technomats to deliver the sacred mechanism into Majos Dioctius's capable hands. Okay, so does that mean we want to use this one? Because they blessed that one. And this one... No, this one is apparently broken, right? So that I'm going to drop. Apparently not. Apparently you can't drop that until we deal with the loot. So fine. We will take that. Then I will drop that. Still can't. Okay. Is it because it could be because it's a quest item. It won't let me drop it. Oh no, it lets me drop it. Alright, there it is. So we don't want that one. Some goods here. Hello, goods. Another laboratory journal. Experimental section. Child's influence on the psycho-emotional state of various representatives of the Imperium. Access level Orcelio T Prime. Experiment H45-45-1. Low-born male. Test subject exhibits signs of acute stress. The majority perished of blood loss within a day of being placed in the laboratory chamber due to the inability to halt the discharge of ocular secretions. Tears. And the body's subsequent replacement of these secretions with the connective tissue of its internal environment. The individuals with the greatest resistance to the Sacred Child's resonance died several chronoturns later. Extensive wounds in the abdomen, presumably inflicted by a jagged piece of metal. Death was caused by strangulation with the subject's own intestines. Wow. That's a lot. Subject's final shouts exhibited concerns over abominable tentacles and void worms. Hallucinations prescribed to their own internal organs. Oh dear. Well, It's not great. Test subject died within an hour of entering the laboratory adjacent to the child's chambers. Most had their tongues bitten off or their jaws badly dislocated. Some test subjects lacked the physical strength to separate it from the rest of the skull. Cause of death, severe head injuries caused by impact in the walls or floor. Fun. Subgroup. Paralyzed patient who lost the ability to speak due to shock caused by a manufactorum accident. Male. The test subject noted a tingling sensation in the deteriorated tissue. During Agent Ronto Orselio's visit to the child, the test subject smiled and started humming, most likely trying to carry some plebeian tune, and then attempted to address the servant who brought him food. A lengthy conversation was prohibitive due to the servant's lack of a tongue. Okay, another subgroup. A defective offspring of Lord Piorcelio pronounced unfit for studying the high art of navigation owing to the mutation of tissues required for installation of the obligatory augmentations that merge one's consciousness with the vessel. Additionally, they display an overall feebleness of mind. Female. Charming. The test subjects mirrored the child's actions for 3 days. On the 4th day, the child became upset after hearing the news about the untimely demise of Amos Cantarelli, an officer of her personal guard. As a result, one of the test subjects peeled away several layers of tissue from her face and died from the resulting massive heart attack. The last surviving test subject was executed for attempting to contact the child. Wow. It's all very charming, isn't it? All very charming. So, right, there's a transducer there. What am I doing with that? I have no idea. Okay, good. We have the tools to remake
Let us not
the
dawdle.
elevator. So tissue and some catalysts. Alright, so the tissue flask. I think we just put any tissue in here, right? Oh, that's mutated. That's flesh. Oh, they did say something about mutated flesh. Did that have a different effect? More and more servants being influenced by the materium. Ah, we discovered that corrupted flesh and mutated reacts most unusually to the crystal we purchased. Strongly recommend finely grinding the reagent to a catalyst reaction. Okay, so that's... Whoops. So use the mutated one. Good. Did the other one just disappear? Oh no, it's up there now. Okay, fine. Or was that another one? I have no idea. Anyway, we're going to use that. Okay, so that's the tissue we're going to use. Then the data crypt connector. That's... Is it 41? So tech priests, bless the data crypt, H41OK. H41OK. And then the catalyst flask. So we've got catalyst and a reagent. So what's the catalyst going to be? One of these? So don't use the acid. Black water's pointless, so I guess biogel is the only one left. And then for the reagent, we don't have a reagent. Oh, is that what happens when we pull the... I have no idea. Not a clue. And I guess we put something in the transducer. Do we want... I think it said adamantine was useful, right? At one point? Not that one. Adamantine dust and black water, the worst idea ever. Is that because both of them are bad? Does that mean just use a psi crystal? But I can't even right-click on that to read more of it right now. So, info, so adamantine dust and black water. It's the worst idea ever. The adamantine seems to protect the frail flesh low bond to a degree. Having said that, only the macerator can handle its temper. Okay, so we'll use a psi crystal, I guess. Oh, actually, or... Yeah, okay, so we'll do that. So I think the psi crystal...
This is intriguing.
Lost item... Wait, what? Oh, what did I get? Oh, and now I can take it out. Okay, there we go. Crystal dust. I'm going to put that in the Regent. Okay, we'll use crystal dust. And then this is going to do something. Probably. So I think this is all to protect us from the child's influence. I think. So we gained 21 experience from doing that. Is that a lot? So adaptive antidote. Oh, I don't know if that's good. I'm not sure if we made a good one there. I think I might have made a bad one. See, look, it's... so grants immunity to toxic damage and inflicts a -10 penalty to toughness. So toughness is going to go down as a result of that. So that might have been bad. But let's give that to everyone. And if we start receiving toxic damage, then we'll know what to do. So we'll do that. Cool. And maybe that was the way to go about it. Maybe it wasn't. I think toxic damage. Do you think toxic damage is the thing that is going to be affecting us from being near the child? I don't know. Is there money to be made? I would love to know that too. Let's go say hi to this mutant traitor. He seems nice. Yeah, okay, just a bunch of rubbish. We'll throw that away. And let's jump back over here.
Experience? Nothing matters more.
Okay, good. So I think we're done.
I always keep my options open.
I think we're done. Let's go up the lift. Go see the child. I'm sure this is all going to work out great. Well, she's sad, so she's making everyone else sad. The pale figure with unnaturally long limbs stands with her arms raised, her hands deformed with talon-like nails. Her deathly pale face is coated with blood that continually streams from her scarlet misted eyes. Her spiny gills, slightly hidden under her dishevelled hair, twitch nervously at your approach. Only now do you notice the third eye on the young woman's forehead, hidden by a jewelled ornament. And when your eyes meet, you sense overwhelming, soul-smothering power. As the otherworldly figure's gaze slides over you, your entire core shudders in terror. Flashes of past warp nightmares re-emerge from the shadows of your memory and paralyze your will. You gasp for air in terror, drowning under the crashing wave of pain. You cannot catch your breath. Hot tears burn on your cheeks. Why is this happening? Why is this happening to you? Why do you feel so lonely and in so much pain? Do these feelings even belong to you? Adira emits something between a moan and a drawn-out whimper. Ow, 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 ow. Ow, ow, ow. Hot, hot, hot. As if my own little pals weren't bad enough. This one's barging into my head. Somebody stop her. Heresy. Argenta looks at the tall figure with a strange mixture of anger and sadness. Then she lowers her head, and her white hair veils her face. Okay, so requires iconoclast for a follower, I think. Overcome the crushing despair. I know why I'm here, and so I'll stand strong against any illusion. I mean, that's pretty rad, but maybe we try and convince her? We can't lose, so Lady Cassie, I'm here to help you. Please calm yourself. Okay. Let's go. Persuasion test succeeded. She warily shakes her head and lets out a drawn-out sound similar to both the sob and a howl of a small wounded animal. What is happening? Was someone calling my name? Are all the betrayers dead already? And you, who are you? So one thing I find surprising is that this isn't voiced. It's like I said before, I don't know why they don't voice the introductory conversation with new characters. That feels like just like that should just be the rule, you know? Always introduce them voiced, so you can actually get a sense of who they are, you know? But yeah, they don't do that for some reason. Seems very strange. Then I guess maybe they thought, oh well, it could be a million different things depending on which stuff you pick, but it just feels too important not to voice. Anyway, Blanche von Valancius, it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm a career navigator, join my crew. You look like you'll do. Calm, I'm here to help you. You'll do. Ridiculous. Matters little, you profane creature. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Annie settles over her features and she nods cautiously. Pardon my manners, Blanche. I did not expect to make such gracious acquaintance in such a time of great sorrow for our house. What is this? I feel faint. Tbal Dorselio, the heavy-set old man who has been kneeling nearby, erupts into low sobs. His eyes, swollen from crying, dart desperately around the room, as though the veil of ignorance has just been ripped away from them. The child, Lady Cassia, where are you? Sacred child? Throne preserve! Despite his venerable age, the navigator leaps up and rushes to the young woman's side. You! The old man shifts. Oh, sorry, he's old, so we have to do the old man voice. You! The old man shifts, revealing his face to you. It is threaded with jet black veins, and his bulging milky eyes bear a striking resemblance to those of a dead fish. A sickly sweet scent assaults your nostrils, as if the old man's flesh is rotting inside his decaying husk. My eyes fail me, for they are unable to make you out as either enemy or ally. I am warning you, one wrong move, and you will bring the wrath of House Orselio down upon your head. Watch out, Lord Captain. This one's so deranged, it's making the whispers shriek like crazy. He might just open that eye of his. Give you a good looking at. Threatening the head of the dynasty is a grave offence, esteemed whoever you are. Not very esteemed, then. Avalard places a hand on his weapon. Persuasion. We're good at that. Or commerce. We'll also do great at that. I'm trying to determine what is happening at your Act 5. At present, that is what we're trying to do. I'll grant that you do not look like pirates who have come coveting the riches of a wrecked station, or like scoundrels in Felic's service. So who are you? Oh yeah, Felic. I remember him. Yeah, don't you worry about him. Blanche von Valancius, rogue trader. Another rogue trader in our court of the galaxy? How interesting. Your kind always make an appearance in desperate times, ready to cut a deal that benefits one side alone. Is it your side? I don't think it's his side. Given that you have not so far drawn your weapons, your intentions are probably peaceful. Now we tried it the other way. Now we're trying peaceful. And so House Orselio now ask a service of you. Save the life of the child in exchange for future cooperation. Do not hurry to answer. Think on it. You can make yourself an ally or an enemy of our house today. You decide. What is the curse that's taken hold of everyone in this room? Curse? You do not understand. Sacred gift given to our child. When the child is sad, we all weep. When the child smiles, we all laugh giddily. And when the child wants blood, the world turns crimson. The child wants blood. The child's will is the will of the great Tisiphone, for she is the heir of House Orselio. And they call me dangerous in my witchcraft, Adira mutters under her breath. What service do you ask of me? Hope glimmers in the navigator's milky eyes. Save the sacred child. Take her away from this station. I fear I do not have long left. A bluish rivulet trickles down the old man's chin, and he wipes the mutated blood briskly away with his sleeve. You glimpse strange burns covering his flesh under his clothing. The slightest movement must be causing him unbearable pain. Save the child and deliver her safely to Regent Aronto, acting head of House Orselio, in the Coronis expanse. Rest assured that the reward will be worth your effort. I know we came here for a navigator, but after everything we've seen, I've got some reservations about this girl. Is it that she's crazy and makes everyone crazy? Argenta looks at Cassie and a painful furrow appears on her brow. Such a fragile thing, with such heavy burden upon her shoulders. Yeah, but she's also a mutant, Argenta, so just, get on with hating her in that way that you do. And we'll be on our way. You are talking as though you expect to die here. That would not happen between you and Felic. Felic is my wayward student. He came to Yurak 5 as a callow youth. I personally mentored him and entrusted him with the care of the child. He was like a son to me, but he proved to be just another traitor. He sought to steal our most precious treasure, the heir of our house, our sacred child. To revel in power and others like him, casting our house into the abyss, to pervert the centuries-long traditions of our family. You can see the fruits of his villainy for yourself. He decided he was not bound by his duties to the legacy of the greatest of our novators, Tisiphone Orselio, who led our house to prosperity for countless years. Foolish boy, the renegades clouded his mind. They sought to seize control of the dynasty before the sacred child had come of age and taken up the novator's throne. Okay. You were talking as though you expect to die here? He shrugs indifferently. My service to the house is coming to an end. The wounds Felic inflicted on my flesh will never heal. I am dying. Praise the throne. Slowly enough to see that the child is taken care of. There's a Medicaid deck on my ship. No, I am a keeper of Yorak 5, and I will perish along with my station, even for no reason. On that note, I have other matters to attend. How can you lose control of your own station? Do not thrust my errors in my errors in my face. I am twice your age, and twice as wise, and twice as easy to lose control of my station. Twice as likely to that. Take my advice, trust no one but yourself and the Emperor. Even those closest to you will betray you for gold, power, or a far-fetched idea of a bright future. In fact, shoot everyone on sight. Everyone. I believe I've made my decision. Is that so? Please share your thoughts. I am going to murder you. I love that there's always just an option to be a lunatic. It's great. Last thing I need is another monster on my ship. Cassie should remain here. And you shall serve as navigator on my vessel while you still live. I'll take Cassia. She's got a portrait, unlike Tbal. I assume if we said, no, I'm taking you, he'll be like, over my dead body, and we'll have to fight, and then we'll just have Cassia left anyway. So, like, you know. Good, that is good. The old man nervously licks his lips. That is good. I am glad this conversation is at an end, for I am hungry. Do not allow us to say our proper farewells. Sorry, but do allow us to do that. Tbal coughs up more bluish blood.
Wake up, my mistress, my sacred child. It is all over now. It is over.
Okay, so they voice him, but not the character. Okay.
What?
There we go.
What happened? You. I remember you. Have you come to save us?
She sounds like every anime dub. That's the voice they went for.
Child, please, listen to me very carefully. One last time. You will now embark on a voyage with this lady to rejoin the house and its regent in the Corollas Expanse. I will not be able to accompany you on this journey.
The old man bends over.
No, not you too. Don't leave me alone in this violet-brown haze. You're coming with me. Your mistress is giving you an order. Do you hear me?
A hot wave of despair that is not yours washes over you. Your palms sweat, and your heart freezes in panic. Mum's spaghetti.
Mistress, I fear this will be your only order that I dare to disobey. I am the keeper of Yorak 5, and alas, I have less than a day in me. Allow me to serve you one last time and honor my final duty to House Orselio. I will remain on the station and destroy the secrets it holds.
I mean, these sorts of things is, alright, a lot of the secrets are pretty dark secrets, you know, it's been taken over by a cult, but this is such like a Warhammer 40k thing, of just like, being so protective over knowledge, that the last thing you do, it's like, you know, a duty to your family, is destroy everything, wipe all the hard drives. It's, yeah, horrendous, absolutely horrendous. Because, you know, a lot of their secrets, they wouldn't want getting out, and a lot of it is just data that they, you know, wouldn't want in the wrong hands, I guess. But, yeah, it's just madness.
Oh, Theobald.
Yes, delete my search history. The crimson tears stain the Lady Navigator's white skin once again, but this time her power does not make everyone weep along with her. Oh, she seems to be in control now. I regret we had to meet under such circumstances. Forgive the urgency. Leave the station immediately. The systems are unstable and may fail at any moment. Yeah, that seems wise, you know.
But this is my home.
Yeah, and your home's exploding. So, you know, it'll be your tomb. What would you call a tomb if it's just like dust in space? Either way, it's bad. It's not going to be a home. It's going to be bad, okay?
Please, child, do not be stubborn. Remember your duty to the house, and let those thoughts bring you strength.
What?
Nanny?
What are you going to do to me?
Let's see. Offer you my protection and shelter aboard my vessel. If you wish to leave the station alive, you must first sign a contract. It will undertake so as my navigator until I release you. No, I think protection and shelter sounds like a good deal. Let us aid one another. Become my navigator, and I shall restore you to House of Celio at the earliest opportunity. I mean, these are sort of both wrapped in together. I think this one, just right now, I can look after you. Right? What happens next, we'll see. But, like, if returning you to House Orcelio is what's best for you, then that's implied by offering protection and shelter, right? You know? That to me feels implied. This is basically just like, I will ferry you to House Orcelio. Is that even a good thing? I mean, look at the way she's treated here. I don't think things have been great for her. She's just had, like, various people led up to her for them to, like, you know, rip all of their skin off every time she gets, like, bad news. I just don't think that's great. I don't think that's great. You know? Maybe that's just something that she just does all the time, but something about being locked in this place forever just doesn't seem great. So no, come with me. Get protection and shelter. You know, I keep you safe. If that means eventually going back to Horse Orcelio, then that'll be your choice.
Do not fear what is to come, child. You are ready to guide any vessel. I know this because I taught you myself, and it is difficult to imagine more worthy company than a rogue trader. They're really cool. But remember, your safety is of paramount importance. Get to the Great Regent and fulfill your destiny.
As a Lady Navigator of House Orcelio, I accept your gracious offer of protection. Please, take me to your vessel. I can no longer bear the pain of this place.
I can no longer bear the pain of this place.
Doesn't sound anything like her, but that's the voice that it'll have to be from now on.
I accept your gracious offer of protection.
Alright. Nailed it. We didn't have to murder anyone. So it went better than the last time I went through this. Apparently just murder people in advance. It's less messy that way. No one appears to be living the cage. Somebody still filled the trough with dried fruit and fresh water. Interesting. It's as if the painting was rendered by several different hands. The timid, uncertain lines are interlaced with rough and furious strokes coming together in arcane shapes. Well, that's pretty cool. So she coming with?
Do you require an audience?
Yeah, we can just lead her off. So she's got a bunch of ranks. Got to do a bunch of leveling. Which, I mean, fine, I guess. So fellowship is something she's big on. I think willpower makes the most sense. If she's doing a bunch of psychic nonsense and trying to keep the voices at bay. That sounds right to me. This is a bit frustrating, though, that none of this is, you know, there's nothing recommended here. But yeah, going to the bottom seems to work the best, though. Because at the bottom, that's where they list all of the class-specific stuff. So I think that's the best way to do it. Navigator path, powers, deal +1 additional damage for every 5 bonus characteristic of the navigator's currently equipped staff. I mean, that's too much stuff. I need to know too much to know if that's good, so forget that. Whenever a creature in combat gains an extra turn, the navigator gains a stacking of +5 bonus to willpower until the end of combat. Wow, okay. That's huge, because it says whenever a creature in combat. What does it mean by creature? I wish it would specify. Because if we count as creatures, we're constantly giving people additional turns, right? But do we count as a creature? Like, that really should specify. Is that just a broad term for, like, you know, whatever? Navigator makes all resistance tests with their willpower, if it's higher than their basic characteristic for such a test. That sounds really good, actually. That sounds really good. So if anything is trying to, you know, manipulate her in any way, she'll just use her willpower. Open to the warp. Enemies affected by the Navigator's abilities suffer a stacking -10 penalty for the next resistance test from the Navigator's powers. Penalty is lost after a test is made. Navigator's perception is higher than her agility. Their dodge is calculated using perception instead. That's pretty cool. Her perception is very high. Yeah, I mean, it's 25 higher than agility. That sounds great. That's really cool. Stable routes whenever a navigator uses navigator's ability. Veiled degradation is reduced. Strange vitality heals willpower bonus wounds at the beginning of every turn. Wow. And gains +1 additional wound for every navigator talent taken. Healing increases by +1 for every creature killed in between the navigator's turns. That is very cool. Perilous ways. Moved by navigator's ability. Suffer willpower bonus damage at the end of movement. Damage increased +2 for every cell the enemy moves. So if we have any powers to push people, that's going to be amazing. But do we? Do we have powers to push people? I don't know. Till the end of combat, enemies damaged by the navigator. Oh, I think she does something that flushes people out, doesn't she? God, it's so annoying to just give a new character go level up 3 times. Because you don't know what their thing is yet, you know? You don't know what their deal is. Allies targeted, gain 10% extra armor. I mean, that seems quite good. Navigator starts all turns, including extra turns, with +3 additional movement points. That's quite cool. First ally targeted each turn by the Navigator with a single target ability gains the same amount of additional movement points to start their turn. I mean, that's pretty cool. Strange Vitality just sounds like it'll always be useful. Pass unscathed. Perception for dodge sounds great. Because anytime she's getting shot at, she's going to be using dodge. So being able to use a perception for that sounds brilliant. So I'm going to do that. Commanding voice. Okay, so she's also an officer. Okay. Puts up resolve. Whenever an ally is a heroic act, she gains temporary wounds. Focus. Whenever an officer uses an ability on an ally, they gain bonus perception ballistic equal to the fellowship bonus. We're not refocusing on her fellowship. Whenever the officer targets an ally with an action, ability, or attack, that ally's resolve is increased by +1 till the end of their turn. I don't know if I like any of this stuff, really. Is there stuff at the bottom specifically? Yeah, we can just go for more of these. That sounds great, actually. Whenever a creature in combat gains an extra turn, gain more willpower. Sure, let's do that. And this one, even more willpower. Perfect. And then here, there are some recommended abilities here. Air of Authority. Increase an ally's resolve by 2, plus half of their resolve divided by 2 until the end of combat. Okay. Interesting. If the target is under the effect of voice of command, they will start with an additional action point. Then get back in the fight. Encourage an ally who immediately recovers from... Oh yeah, that's kind of nice. I like that one. That's a good thing to have. Yeah, just someone else who can go stop being on fire. Sounds really, really useful. So yeah, I enjoyed that. Although, my god, there's some interesting stuff here. Held in my gaze. Okay, so there's just some interesting points that we can give her. She could just use abilities. That sounds really good. Why wouldn't that stuff be recommended? Target gains plus 5 times Navigator's willpower bonus, which is 5, so 25 increased hit chance on the next attack, dodge on the next dodge, or resistance on the next resistance. I mean, that's all really good. Each of these bonuses disappear independently from each other after being successfully applied. That's really cool. I like that. I like that a lot. Target ally gains 4 times Navigator's willpower bonus to their willpower and toughness until the end of combat. Until the end of combat makes that very powerful. That's really good. Is that an extra 20? That's not insubstantial. The willpower and toughness. Next, the target's next attack will ignore cover and have double the effective distance. Interesting. Target's under the effect of voice of command. This attack will ignore enemy dodge. Additionally, the damage from this attack can't be reduced below 30 plus 3 times fellowship bonus percentage for any reason. Okay. Waking Nightmare. God, there's so many things here. There's so many. I'm just going to give her get back in the fight. Alright, we'll give her some extra abilities later. Because I really want to just wrap up the episode and get on with the story, you know. Was it Perilous Ways? Yeah, if we get anyone to move, they take damage. I don't know if we have anything that does that. So maybe we don't take that. Unblinking Stare. Until the end of combat, enemies damaged by the Navigator suffer an additional perception bonus damage from all attacks of opportunity and cannot dodge them. That's interesting. Undam the Sea of Souls. While under the effect of any Navigator power, enemies have their armor reduced. I mean, that's kind of nice too. That sounds pretty useful, actually. It's 2 times willpower bonus. So, by 10%? You know, 10, well, yeah, 10 lower armor. That could be quite good. This reduction is increased by the devastating parameter of the Navigator staff, but does not stack. Okay. Unnatural Allure. Gain +5 Fellowship and additional +1 to Fellowship for every Navigator talent and or Navigator power taken. So, this is a Navigator power, I believe. So that will immediately give us a bunch of extra Fellowship. Oh, wait, no, it's +5, and then just every other power gives another +1. So it's not huge, but quite good. Quite good. Veil of Protection. Allies that are targeted by the Navigator power gain +10% armor. This additional armor is reduced by the amount of Veil degradation. Okay. God, there's so much stuff here. There's so much stuff. Attacks. Okay, so if we use an ability on someone and they fail the resistance test, then they have a huge critical chance effect applied to them. I mean, stable roots, just lowering the amount of Veil degradation is good, because if we're going to have her and Adira both casting stuff, we're going to have Veil degradation hit really quickly and people are going to start exploding. So, you know, there we go. So I don't know what abilities she's got. It's fine. I'm sure she'll be able to do plenty without. Alright, so we'll end it here, but we're about to go back to the ship, and we've got, yeah, a fair amount left to do. We've got a planet to go to, and there's going to be a lot to do there. It's a big old busy planet. And then we can get out of what I've already sort of covered in the beta and into what we covered literally a year ago in the alpha, though I only did a handful of episodes for that, so we didn't get very far. But I'm looking forward to getting back into that and experiencing more of this game. A lot of it's going to be very fresh, and I'm excited. So guys, if you're enjoying this, please do comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys.
I won't compromise my principles.